Hello everyone, I'm Chen YiFan. I come from Hangzhou. My hometown Hangzhou is famous for the West Lake for more than 1,000 years. Every year there are millions of visitors come to Hangzhou for sightseeing. I will be 15th after a month. I like reading and traveling. In my spare time, I like to play Chinese bamboo flute and badminton. I can also write Chinese calligraphy with brush. This is Gongyi Middle School, a famous private middle school in Hangzhou. My middle school life was substantial but happy. I have learned both knowledge and other crucial moral character in it. I had a lot of good friends in the middle school. We all got good grades in the entrance high school exam because we came to the top 7% in 26,000 students of Hangzhou. I have won many honors certifications on composition and English. I also won some scholarships in the middle school. During my school time, I always interested in all of my subjects and work hard in them. I visited a lot of museums in China and learned much knowledge from them. This old lady is over 90 years old and living by herself alone. Her legs can't work and has to sit in a wheelchair. My mother often goes to look after her recent years, cause my mom is a volunteer. Sometimes I will go with my mother, and I think it's a pleasure to help those old people. I participated the Dale Carnegie training in Hangzhou as a class assistant 2 times. The first time, I helped the students how to communicate with others and how to be passionate and confident. The second time, I was the leader of all of the assistants. I lead them to many interesting jobs, such as set the goals, write and perform the drama, write slogans and write them in a class. I like to challenge difficulties and overcome them through hard working. This is my family. Sometimes I will learn to make some Chinese food from my mom. We are making wonton, a traditional Chinese food. All of my family members like to eat them. When we having a meal around the table, we will talk a lot of different topics, such as news, jokes, or humor stories, funny things happen in school or in the works. My parents and I like reading very much. We often read together and share the views. There are a lot of books in my home. Actually, our shelf is too small to store so many books now. Every night before I go to sleep, I would like to read some pages of a book. I like reading the science fictions, such as Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings. I think it's very amazing and fantastic. I like the classical music. My parents often take me to the theater to watch many kinds of plays. I have watched the Swan Lake many times. I learned the Chinese bamboo flute for 5 years and passed grade 9 tests. One of my hobbies is writing Chinese calligraphy. I have learned it for almost 3 years. Chinese calligraphy is one of the most famous arts with a long history in China, and I really have a lot of fun when I am writing Chinese characters, because I can learn Chinese traditional culture such as poems and literatures. My calligraphy teacher often tells me stories about artists and their famous calligraphy works, and I gradually to know how to express my feelings through my writing brush. I started to learn playing badminton when I was 9 years old. After the hard training, I was really tired sometimes, but from that I could learn a good quality, persist. Besides that, I also made some good friends and we get a lot of fun from our common hobby. As the saying goes, traveling thousands of miles is better than reading thousands of books. I have been to more than 15 provinces in China. I visited the museums, watched the ancient statues and bronze works, eat special foods in different places. I often traveled with a team called the Base Camp of Growth. Most of the members were kids all over the China, which are led by some teachers from Beijing. It advocates independent and persisting for the kids. And during the journey, kids are the leader of each group. We find the best way according to the map. I once walked 25 kilometers in 5 hours with a little food and 1 bottle of water. Besides that, I also climbed 2 high mountains in 3 days.